Very simple. These are tools. I watch you go to Sakura. You follow me there. Okiyokia, Okahora, Jerekehe, Omachine, Nanejoe, Negakinya, Gahuro, Please, let's remain standing for the national anthem. Mungu nguvu yetu, ilete baraka kwetu, haki iwe ngao na mlinzi, na tukae na undugu, amani na uhuru, raha tupate na ustawi. Let's continue studying for the East African camp. Mungu twaomba uilinde Jumuiya ya Afrika Mashariki, tuwezeshe kuishi kwa amani, tutimize malengo yetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuwajibike, tuimarike, umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu. Asante sana. Our very important MC, please carry us.
Tupige kama makofi tafadhali. Pamoja na mimi ni mmoja wao. Tupige makofi tafadhali kwa kama. Ndio kama sio wao tulikuwa wengine wametoa jasho jema sio? So guys, you are most welcome. I want to remind you about the washrooms. On my right hand side outside there we have the men washroom, and on my left hand side outside there we have the ladies washroom. So tafadhali usibanwe sana. Tuko na vyumba vya starehe, vyumba vya wanadada mkono wangu wa kushoto, vyumba vya wanaume mkono wangu wa kulia. I would like to call upon someone who is giving us the starting prayers. Tafadhali Joe, ili tuweze kuanza ratiba yetu rasmi. Remember, today is the launch of our strategic plan, and remember RODI wana champion sana on organic food. So tafadhali unapoomba tuombee chakula pia. Asante.
Thank you. Let's pray. Bwana Mungu wetu, kwa jina la Baba, Mwana na Roho Mtakatifu, ambaye siku hii ya leo umetuwezesha sote kuja hapa. Tunaomba kwamba katika siku hii ya leo ya launch ya strategic plan yetu, ya kwamba uwe nasi katika kila jambo. Tunaombea wageni wetu wote ambao wamekuja kwa sherehe ya leo, ya kwamba tulianza kama watoto wadogo, lakini tunazidi kuwa wale ambao wanahitajika. Tuwezeshe kufikiria mambo ya wale wote ambao wako na shida mbalimbali, ambapo ni chombo au shabaha ambayo RODI Kenya ilianzishwa na marehemu wetu Emeritus Eliud Mujiri. Tunataka kuhimiza kwamba tunataka tuendeleze hiyo mafikiro yake na tuende mbele katika mambo yote. Siku hii ya leo naomba kwamba uwepe kila mtu furaha katika moyo wake, na zaidi ya yote utaweza kutuwezesha kula chakula chetu ambacho ni chakula chako, ambacho katika mwanzo ilikuwa ulitupa tukiwa wadogo, na tunazidi kuwa nayo. Naomba kwamba kila mmoja ambaye anatakana kuja katika sherehe ya leo, ambaye hajafika hapa, umwezeshe kwa yote afike hapa. Tunaomba haya yote kwa njia ya Kristo aliye Mwokozi wetu. Amen.
Makofi kwa Yesu Kristo. Asante sana. Now I would like to take this opportunity to kindly once again recognize the Deputy Commissioner General of Prison. Tafadhali, I would like you to just stand up so that people can see you. The Deputy Commissioner General. Tupigie makofi tafadhali. Asante sana. Asante sana kwa kufika mahali hapa. Kwa kuwa wewe ndio tunakuwa kusubiri. Na vile vile tunataka kusikia makuu na mengi kutoka kwako. Asante sana. Ningependa tena ku recognize the Witness Protection Agency. Can you just stand and wait for the people, for the audience? Tupige makofi tafadhali. I would like to recognize National Police Service ACU. Can you just stand and wait to the audience? Wanarudi wanafurahi sana kwa kusikia. And while we are waiting for the rest of the guests, I understand that there's lots of traffic. I believe that they are on their way coming. For now, I'd like to request the welcome remarks. I don't know the ladies here. The ED can come and give us the welcome remarks. Then after that, presentation of the SP, the strategic plan. After the day. Asante. Tupige makofi tafadhali.
Karibuni sana RODI Kenya, msikie kwa mbali na msikie you are in an organic environment. I want to take this opportunity to thank the Almighty God for bringing us this far. As we launch this strategic plan, we are celebrating 35 years of this organization since its inception. And the far we have come, we are very, very grateful. I want to take this opportunity to recognize the presence of Nicholas for being here today to represent the Commissioner of Prisons and all the other guests who have come to be able to celebrate this wonderful day with us. I also want to thank our partners who are here, who have been working together in the network implementing projects within the community. I also want to recognize our board members and all the hard work they have done to get us to where we are today as RODI Kenya. We also want to recognize our stakeholders and partners who have been able to work with us this journey that we have worked for these 35 years. Last but not least, I want to recognize the RODI staff who have worked so hard in their projects and all the activities we have worked through to get here today. RODI as an NGO works with a very unique stakeholders, the Kenya Prisons Department, the Kenya Police, and the security systems in trying to implement restorative justice and to rehabilitate inmates and to be able to correct the harms that are done by people, by also recognizing that the harm is an issue, but the person is more important and can be transformed to become a better person. As RODI, we appreciate the environment as God gave it to us, and there are a lot of use of hazardous toxic pesticides that have harmed our bodies and made us get unwell, and RODI is one of the lead organizations in making sure that we work to rehabilitate our soils and make sure that we eat safe and healthy food. We also work with ex-prisoners who face a challenge when they go home, and sometimes they are rejected and stigmatized, but we try to get the communities to embrace them and see them as a positive resource to be able to work with the communities. And today, as we celebrate this strategic plan, which is a 5-year plan for 2026 to 2030, we look back at our childhood and the steps we have taken to get here today. And we believe that the direction and the strategies that have been put in that strategic plan will only be achievable if all the people in this room and the stakeholders and partners and leaders who have funded us will be able to contribute towards achieving that strategic direction that we are going. And I really want to appreciate our donors and partners who have worked with RODI for these 35 years, especially Children Trust, Bread for the World, network memberships like Pelham and Cohen, and Biba, who have worked with us all this journey, and we have been able to make the right choices and decisions together as we move forward. I also want to recognize our colleague, our founder, our father, Emeritus Eliud Kikoro Njiri, who founded this organization from a very humble beginning and has been able to get to where we are today. And I want to recognize his widow, Tabitha. Please stand up. Tabitha, and we are still working with her and celebrating our late Emeritus Eliud Kikoro Njiri for the work he started. So I have so much to speak, but I just want to take this opportunity to welcome all of you so that we actually listen to what we have planned to do and make contributions towards that process. So, karibuni sana na mbarikiwe tukiwa pamoja siku ya leo. I will hand over to the next person on the program.
Tupige makofi tafadhali. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that wonderful presentation. And now I would like to recognize, that's what I was doing there. So, I would like to recognize anyone from Ministry of Health. Anyone from Ministry of Health, if you're here, you're most welcome. We recognize you and we appreciate your coming. University of Nairobi representative, if you're here. County Government Environment, Nyeri, if you're here. Representative from Nyeri County Government. Representative from Agriculture, Kiambu County, if you're here, we recognize you. Department of Children's Services, if you're here, Representative Tafadhali, Mikono. I would like to recognize even the ETP, Nyambura, if you're here. Karibu sana. Legal Resource Foundation, LRF. Kama uko hapa tafadhali, inuka juu tukupige makofi. Tupige makofi tafadhali. Tupige makofi sana. Thank you for coming. Agroecology Fund, if you are here, the representative. Climate Works, if you are here. karibu sana. Marknight Foundation, if you are here, karibu sana. Agroforestry, VI representative, kama uko hapa. KCDF, if you are here, karibu. ISPAA, if you are here, karibu sana. I would like to recognize the NCBA Bank. Ametutunza sana. Inuka juu tafadhali, tumpige makofi. Tumpige karibu sana. Those are NCBA representative wawili wamehakikisha kwamba gender equality lazima ni jinsi ni jamaa na mama, sio? Wamewakilisha gender zote. Thank you very much. Karibuni sana. I would like to recognize Absa Bank. Absa Bank, tupige makofi. Thank you. I would like to recognize farmers who are here. Farmers, kama wewe mkulima tafadhali inua mkono juu. Farmers, tupige makofi kwa kulima wetu. I would like to recognize value what teachers who are here. Teachers, tupige makofi tafadhali, asante. Youth representative, nimeona maiti wengi sana. So mnaweza simama kama wewe ni youth representative ama wewe ni youth. Tafadhali Gen Z, tuwapige makofi, asante. Ningependa pia Dr. Humphrey Young, Prisons Marejao, representative, tupige makofi, asante sana. Thank you. RODI project beneficiaries, RODI project beneficiaries, if you are here, you benefited from RODI project, tafadhali inua mikono juu. Tuwapige makofi wote, tuwapige makofi, asante sana. I would like to recognize Penam. Penam, Biba. Kama hapa, Biba, representative from Biba. Scope, tuwapige makofi, Scope. Corn, tuwapige makofi, asante sana. Oak, asante sana, karibu sana ndugu. SACDEP. Sunday, yes. Tupige makofi. Sunday pia tupige makofi. GBI inaitwa GBIAC. Tupige makofi. YAG. Tupige makofi YAG. Effective IPM. Tupige makofi. Asante. ICE. Tupige makofi. Karibuni sana na tunashukuru sana for you being here. It's a great pleasure having you guys as partners, as people we work with together. RODI says asante sana. I would like now to call upon the presentation, someone who's going to present the strategic plan for us. Tafadhali. Then from there we'll just go straight to the speeches. I believe tutajaribu kuminimize time because we are behind schedule. Sawa. Okay, tuwakaribishe na makofi.
Good afternoon. As the connection goes on, we'll be sharing the highlights of our strategic plan, RODI Resources-Oriented Development Initiatives, 2026 to 2030 strategic plan. The document will be shared after the launch online. We will be sharing of the QR code so that you can scan and have the SP shared. But also we'll be having a few copies, printed copies that you can interact with to know our roadmap for the next 5 years. So that will be shared, but for the people who want to have the soft copy online, will be a QR code. So we are trying to utilize the available space to project. You see the highlights of our SP. Yes. unataka kuona. Allow me to present the highlights of the SP. So we are having our SP for 2026-2030. There's a team that worked on this document because our previous strategic plan was from 2020 to 2024. We have 1 year of updating where we worked on the current strategic plan for 2026-2030. And our vision for the next 5 years on beyond is to have a sustained food sovereign, healthy, and socially just society. We have a mission to promote human dignity among the underserved communities through economic empowerment, appropriate technology, and strategic partnerships in Africa. We will be guided by 5 core values. 1, being integrity, that as the team of RODI and the stakeholders will be dedicated to the highest standards of honesty, accountability, and transparency. And this calls for the stewardship in the use of resources that are for the community benefit. The second core value that RODI adheres to is partnering for impact. And that's why we'll be engaging in partnerships that are more impactful to our communities, seeking to maintain those partnerships with NGOs, government agencies, and the private sector. We also seek another core value is innovation, seeking for better solutions. That's where we'll be having a lot of learning, experimentation, and adaptation through research and sharing the results of the findings of the research. There's another core value of inclusivity, that we value every person that we interact with RODI, and recognize the most marginalized and vulnerable communities while promoting gender equality, social inclusion. That's GESI. The last core value for RODI, the strategic plan, is sustainability. Building lasting change through the partnerships, through local resource mobilization, and through institutional resilience. RODI being there for now more than 30 years, from 1989, has been resilient. And this part of the sustainability core value that we are going to take in the next 5 years, to see RODI beyond the 5 years. The strategic plan for the 5 years, we have 4 thematic areas, key thematic areas that will have key interventions, strategies for impacting the communities that we serve. The first thematic area, or the area of focus, is on climate justice and agroecology. And we'll be focusing on targeting farming communities, targeting smallholder farmers, and those who deserve to have this knowledge in terms of agroecology and climate justice. On issues of agroecological practices, there will be environmental stewardship and restoration of degraded sites. There will be biodiversity restoration and conservation, and we'll be also looking at interventions that touch on sustainable, user-friendly eco-energy solutions. We want to see a strategic outcome that enhanced equitable food security and climate resilience of our target communities. The second thematic area that will form core of our work is social and restorative justice. And in this, we are dedicated to seeing a reduction in recidivism or reoffending among the ex-offenders through the rehabilitation program that we partner with the Kenya Prison Service, as we promote human dignity for those who are impacted by the criminal justice system and the cycles of violence, including the youth, the school pupils, and the refugees in our work in Kakuma and the refugee camps. In this, we'll be having interventions looking at restorative prisoner rehabilitation, life skills development among the youth and the school pupils in the programs in the schools. We'll also be looking at economic empowerment. Finally, just connected, yeah? Okay. Then we'll be looking at economic empowerment, and this cuts across our target communities, looking at the youth, the refugees, the community members, and the general community in terms of livelihood and sustenance. We also have been having a key intervention or strategic area on legal aid delivery, where we'll be looking at legal awareness among communities, different communities that we serve across the different counties. We expect to see a strategic outcome of enhanced social integration, access to justice, and economic independence among the youth, ex-offenders, and refugees, contributing to social cohesion and improved access to justice for the vulnerable groups. The third thematic area that forms core of our work is holistic health and wellness. We are looking at a connection and acknowledging the deep connection between mental health, physical well-being, and environmental safety. With this interaction, we'll be looking on interventions that focus on sustainable water, sanitation, and hygiene interventions. We'll be looking at interventions that focus on equitable mental health and psychosocial supports. We'll be looking at interventions that focus on health sensitization, on disease prevention and management, expecting an outcome of enhanced health equity and holistic well-being across all the target communities and partner institutions by addressing physical and psychosocial needs. As you note, the three thematic areas I've mentioned, they interact. Every community you are targeting, be it the prisons, the schools, the community in general, they are struggling to address key issues of social and restorative justice, holistic health and wellness, and issues with climate justice and agroecology when it comes to food production. So the three thematic areas will be integrated and supporting each other as we continue with our strategic roadmap for the 5 years. The last strategic area is institutional resilience, governance, and partnerships. And this now cuts across in terms of supporting the organization to live beyond the 5 years, to support and roll out the models that are working. So this is the institutional pillar that will be focused on ensuring RODI's long-term viability and ability to scale its models. We will be looking at upscaling our resource mobilization efforts to achieve financial stability as we grow and stabilize within the 5 years. We will be looking at strengthening and having a robust internal system that will support the implementation and realization of the strategic outcomes. Operational capacity will be also a key intervention that will look at the entire system from the staff, from the board, and the institutions that we are working with in terms of operational capacity. Then we also be having strategic partnerships as our core value mentioned, partnering for impact. So there will be a lot of interaction with different NGOs, civil society organizations, government institutions, and agencies, and individuals of goodwill to support this strategic roadmap. We expect to see a strengthened financial and operational capacity for institutional sustainability for RODI to be there in the 5 years ahead. This will be supported by 4 key cross-cutting issues that cut across the 4 thematic areas. One is policy. You'll be seeing that there will be policy engagement through our on-the-ground experience and research evidence to inform and advocate for the adoption of restorative justice, holistic health and agroecology policies at the county, national, and regional level. The other cross-cutting issue will be on research, and in this will be participating, partnering with other institutions to generate robust evidence-based data that will validate the effectiveness of our restorative agroecology model, holistic health, and restorative justice. The third cross-cutting issue will be on advocacy, and in this will be supporting the amplifying of the voices of the underserved and challenging the structural barriers that perpetuate exploitation, crime, and poverty. And in this will be championing policies that support climate justice and human dignity. The last cross-cutting issue that also is a key one in supporting our programming and more of the 4 thematic areas is gender equality and social inclusion. This will focus on equitable participation, access to resources, and the shifting of decision-making power to marginalized groups within our climate justice, social justice, and health interventions. That's more of the support or the aging that will give us the realization of the key expected outcomes. In brief, this is the theory of change in a few words, that we believe that if we empower vulnerable groups, that includes ex-offenders, youth, refugees, and smallholder farmers with agroecological, vocational, and entrepreneurship skills, provide them with access to restorative justice and legal protection, and ensure their physical and psychosocial well-being. And if we support these interventions with robust research, favorable policy, advocacy and inclusive governance, and gender equality and social inclusion, then these individuals will successfully integrate into society, they will achieve economic independence, and become custodians of environmental and community health. And this will lead us to our reduction in crime and recidivism, increased food sovereignty, and realization of a healthy, just, and resilient society where no one is left behind. So that's our mission and vision, and that's our focus for the 5 years. Thank you. One of our key the board members to give the weight in terms of supports by the board in terms of the 5 years roadmap of our support as RODI as we move the journey of implementation. Welcome, Dr. Carla.
Observing all protocols, good afternoon. It's good to see all of you. Some are old friends, and I'm happy that you came to support us today. Really wanting to recognize and acknowledge every single person who is seated here together with us to celebrate the launch of a vision, which is very robust and very ambitious. When you read the strategic plan, you'll actually see it's quite an ambitious plan, but I think I believe we are capable to the task, the equation to the task. One of the key things that keeps me going as a board member, I am a treasurer of this very wonderful organization. One thing that really inspires me, we have a very nice team, very hardworking, very energetic, very committed staff who are really supporting us from all levels. And just seeing them here today also being part of this celebration and launch gives me a lot of hope and comfort that you're going to drive this strategic plan together. I'd like also to acknowledge the team that was really involved in the development of the strategic plan. Just to request you to stand up so that we clap for you and appreciate you for giving us your time. We had stakeholders who came. It was not just a one-man show or one-person show. This was done by a team. Please, ladies and gentlemen, kindly stand up. Let's appreciate you and acknowledge you. Let's clap for this wonderful team. Thank you very much. This is a wonderful team, and I really want to appreciate them for the commitment they gave to this, for the documentation of the strategic plan. You may have your seats. Asante sana. So, what do you want? You want your money? I'm joking. We're excited because by the launch of this plan, we will work together. We are partners in progress, we are partners in development. You bear me witness, an individual person has different needs. Sindio kweli? Hello? Sindio? Eh? When we look at food security, when we look at health, when we're looking at issues to do with social justice, do these things affect one person separately? They affect all of us holistically. So what we are simply saying is, with this very ambitious plan, is that we are looking at an individual or a society holistically to ensure that we not only just do not a one-fits-all or a one-specific approach, but a very integrated approach that ensures that we have a just society, a healthy society, and communities that are living together without stigma and promoting a lot of equitable resources and also inclusion. Recognizing that we not only live with people who are vulnerable, but we also recognize that we also live with people with disabilities. That is one thing that really gives me a lot of hope with our strategic plan, that we are recognizing and giving opportunities to every single person within a community. So, as you have heard our 4 thematic areas, we are looking forward to knocking on your doors, on our partners. Everybody in this place today has a role to play. Everybody in this place has a thought process to provide. Everybody in this place today has an idea or resources to give or to share. We are looking forward to knocking into all your doors. For the media, to work with the media team, for anyone in the health sector, to work with the health sector, to work with the social justice sector, to really ensure that we are working together to have a holistic approach in working with the communities that we serve. At this juncture, I'd like to hand over the meeting to the MC and to just thank you for listening to David and I. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I would like now to go straight to the speeches. And we'll start with we have the representatives from beneficiaries, stakeholders, development partners representatives and government representatives. So I'd like to call upon Mr. Mwangi, representative of the Witness Protection Agency. Mr. Mwangi. Tupigia wako kwa mkezi atatuongelesha kidogo na tujaribu tuwe brief kidogo kwa sababu muda sio nzuri sana. Asante, tupige makofi tena tafadhali.
Good afternoon. As you have heard, my name is Mwangi, and I observe all the protocols which have been said by the previous speakers and go straight to the speech, by the Director of Witness Protection Agency. So, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Witness Protection Agency, I take this opportunity to applaud RODI Kenya for the launch of the strategic plan 2026-2030. This is an important milestone because the new strategic plan will provide RODI Kenya with a framework in which to align itself effectively to its operational environment in the next 5 years. Indeed, so I take the opportunity, I take note of the significant contribution that RODI Kenya has made over the years to promote human dignity and economic well-being of the inmates and ex-offenders, including with appropriate technology and strategic partnership in Africa. Your work in climate justice and agroecology, holistic health and wellness, social and restorative justice have left a lasting impression to the many Kenyans you serve, particularly the women, youth, and persons with disabilities within Kenya prison system, including the prison officers. As Larry Elder said, that was an American conservative political commentator. He stated that a goal without a plan is just a wish. Indeed, you have not just worked your vision, but also developed a strategic plan 2026-2030 with definite goals that you achieve within the next 5 years through your vision of a sustained food sovereign, health, and socially just society. I have looked at the strategies and activities that you have outlined, and I applaud you for including views from both state and non-state actors. This built the consensus amongst all stakeholders on the relevance and prioritization of strategic objectives designed to realize within the administration of justice. I'm glad that you have strategically invited and worked with the Witness Protection Agency to assist previously with the government advice for all Kenya, and now it is time to enhance this collaboration to assist the agency in providing technical training and support for inmates who are justice collaborators so that we can be able to fully reintegrate and resettle them with dignity. I once more express my gratitude to thank the Executive Director and the management of RODI for being deliberate on social and economic rights and empowerment. We commit to work with you as we protect witnesses who are at risk and threatened. And finally, as I complete, there's this quote by Kenichi Omae, a Japanese business strategist and management consultant, who stated that the sole purpose of strategic planning is to enable the company to gain as effectively as possible a sustainable edge over its competitors. It will be ahead of many institutions and competitors. Thank you very much. Signed by Jedida Orohio, Senior Counsel, Director and Chief Executive. Thank you.
So begin our tafadhali. Thank you very much. And, as we continue, I'd like to recognize another guest has arrived. Mr. Benson from County Government of Kiambu Agriculture Department. Mr. Benson, if you're here, kindly just tupige makofi tafadhali. Asante sana, karibu. Now I would like to call upon the beneficiary representative, Mr. David, kindly to come and give us your remarks. Mr. David Boro. Then you will be followed by stakeholder Jane, teacher Jane. Hapo tayari. Kisha baadaye Mr. Esau from development. Mr. Esau, if you are around? Yes. Asante, karibu sana.
Thank you, Mzee. Kukaribisha hapa. Niseme asante kwa wageni walioingia hapa, commissioner wa prison na director na head chairman wa board. Nimeshukuru sana kwa wakati wa leo. Niseme ya kwamba mimi ni mmoja ni benefit kutoka RODI Kenya. Na sisi hapa Tanzania nao. Tanzania nao kutoka Nairobi prison. Walikuja huko nikiwa nimeshindwa nifanye nini? Wakalete pegani kalia. Wakanifunza hata ukitoka kuna maisha. Wakanifunza vile na salima organic. Hiyo nami nikaenda kupiga ripoti zao. Nimefunza vikundi. Ndio na salima organic. Wakati mimi nilikuja matatu hivi hapa nawafunza. Na wanatengeneza mbolea, wanatengeneza fertilizer, wanatengeneza folia. Na hiyo tunatumia kama organic. Sasa tuko na kikundi tumepewa na county government ambayo wanasema tupea mmoja katika kutoa hivi katono. Hapa tutakuwa na mbele pale tutakuwa tukiuza kitu gani. Kwa hiyo mimi moja ni benefit na shukuru wa Kenya wao wamenifikisha naona wamenishika mkono. Na sio wakati nilikuwa peke yangu mimi naye ndiko kikundi wote nimekuza. Wote wanafanya practice ya kulima organic. Asante sana.
Asante na karibu sana. Waendelee kufunza wengi. Waendelee kufunza wengi. Uingie kwa shule kule uweze kufunza pia, tutafurahia sana. Tupige makofi tafadhali. I would like to call upon teacher Jane kindly, as a stakeholder representative, atakuja kutupatia machache naye. Kisha from development department Mr. Esau Uetiai, baada ya teacher Jane. Karibu, asante.
The chief guest, all invited guests, RODI staff, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I'm Teacher Jane, as you have heard. I've been working with the RODI for the last 13 years. I want to say this, for the change we want for our country, we can't get it or achieve it if we leave the young generation behind. We have to move together in collaboration with young boys and girls. Waswahili wanasema samaki mkunje angali bichi. And therefore, working with the RODI at school level with a club commonly known as SOAP Club. That is School Organic Agriculture Program. This club promotes holistic student development as young as they are. With the RODI intervention at school level, this goes and it's aligning itself with the SDG goal number 4. That is about quality education by promoting life skill and sustainable agriculture. RODI is able to offer financial support at school level. However little it is, we are able to achieve more. Community awareness, that is through the parents and the school stakeholders. And also, where possible, they are able to expand school infrastructure. In the current education system, talking about competence-based education, and therefore, RODI comes in handy. I remember the founder. At one time, before the CPC came in, he was talking about that he was yearning to see young boys and girls
taught life skill at school level. He was talking about it. When it came, I remember very well, we said, wow, Mr. Mujiri had a dream for this country. With at school level, RODI works on the various areas, that is farming, appropriate technology, and life skill training. On farming, this is where young learners are taught on garden farming. They are also taught how to grow crops, and that is through organic farming. And thus, this helps in improving nutrition and also taking care of food security. How does this work? We find that these young boys and girls, once they learn these skills, they are able to be self-reliant. Their parents are also able to learn how to also to get something through it once they grow the crops and sell them. And this reduces the school crimes at school level, or when the young boys and girls are even out at our home community. Through this also they learn the environmental conservation, and they celebrate environmental days through tree planting. And on this, we insist on planting fruit trees, such that these trees, we say that as we are conserving the environment, at the same time, these trees are contributing to the food security, because the fruits that are coming from those trees, they are learners feed on them, and therefore there is improved nutrition. On appropriate technology, learners learn how to prepare disinfectants, the detergents, and other we call them also on the hair products, like shampoos and hair conditioners. Parents, at parent engagement, they are taught these skills. And in my life with the RODI, their parents keep on calling us, telling us, teacher, do you know what? The skills I learned at school through my child, and that is through the RODI initiative, I'm using them and I have a business. Not only the teachers, not only the parents and the learners, and even us as teachers, we have learned that. We start our own business by preparing or planting the crops. On life skills, learners are taught self-awareness and life skill and how to take care of themselves, and therefore this leads to improved self-esteem. And in the process, we get leaders and integrity leaders. After school, that is class 8, before it was class 8 and now it's grade 9, RODI used to invite the SOAP club members, those who have joined the secondary school, nowadays it's called senior school, and they make a follow-up on how they are doing. And where there is a challenge, they support them, even initiating a small business. Or those who are not able to proceed, they were able to offer financial support. And therefore we know, by the end of the day, the learners we get from our school through RODI initiative, they are holistic learners who, by the end of the day, help us to reduce crime at school level and even at home environment. May RODI live.
Media, and I also want to write on the protocols that are already established. But I cannot forget to recognize my senior officer, that is Mr. Nicholas Maswai, Deputy Commissioner Deputy Commissioner General of Prisons. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It's an honor to join you today for the launch of RODI Kenya Strategic Plan 2026-2030. On behalf of the Deputy Inspector General, Kenya Police Service, I sincerely thank you for invitation and commend RODI Kenya for its outstanding work in community empowerment and sustainable development. We particularly appreciate our past collaboration in TB screening and testing across selected police stations in Nairobi and Kiambu counties. The partnership significantly improved awareness, early detection, and linkage to care among our officers and those in custody. Although our formal engagement concluded in 2024, the impact of your work remains evident. The gains achieved continued to benefit our personnel and communities, demonstrating the sustainability and value of this collaboration. We deeply appreciate this contribution and look forward for future opportunities to work together. As RODI implements its new strategic plan, we are encouraged by the continued focus on holistic health and wellness. And we remain supportive of initiatives that strengthen public health within institutional settings. Congratulations, RODI, and I also congratulate you because of the good work that you are doing, especially to programs that are geared towards crime reduction. Once again, congratulations, RODI, and God bless you all. Thank you.
On behalf of the board, to make a few clear remarks. First of all, the chief guest and our guest of honor, the Commissioner General of Prisons, Patrick Mwiti Aran, represented here by the very able deputy, the Deputy Commissioner of Prisons, Nicholas Maswai, who is an old friend of mine, met some 15 years ago when he was then the officer in charge of Manyani Chicken Prison, one of the most difficult prisons to work with in this country then, but I know the situation has changed. The representative of National Police, the Kenya Police Service, Madam Emilia, the Commissioner of Police, representative of Witness Protection, Dr. Wangi, various government agency leads and heads, the county government, Ministry of Health, partners, friends, like-minded organizations, colleagues and staff. Good afternoon. I had brought myself 12 pages of speech because I'm the chair. But the gist of how things are flown, I've decided to reduce it. So allow me then just to read a snapshot of the 12 pages, just so that we can ensure that you can't told me when you speak as the chair, you can't work with the media. Lazima ukuwe na speech. So I'm also trying to respect what the candy told me. So in our previous strategic cycle, that is the 2020-2024, has been a period of significant achievement and learning, a testament to the unwavering commitment and hard work of every individual within the RODI family. I want, as the chair of the board, to take this opportunity first to express our sincere appreciation for the tireless efforts of the management team of RODI that has been led by the CEO, Esther Betts, the staff who also work at RODI, for their dedication to ensure that we were able to deliver that previous strategic plan. As some of us may know, during that plan we had our bumps that Esau is talking about. But we were also able to transit strongly, and we were able to emerge as winners during that particular transition period. Similarly, the guidance, oversight, and unwavering support of the board that have been and still remains with us and has been very instrumental in shaping the direction and ensuring accountability of RODI in its work. The governance board has ensured that RODI remains firm, remains accountable to its people, and when you talk about people, that includes the constituency we serve, the partners, the donors, the government agencies that they were supposed to adhere to the rules. And as such, their support has been immeasurable. It has been a great journey having that and to deepen our impact. This new strategic plan that you're launching today has been conceived with a clear understanding of the broader landscape in which we operate. It is meticulously aligned to Vision 2030, recognizing our role in contributing to the national long-term development aspirations. No wonder our vision now is 2026 to 2030. We will tell you that RODI has been informing all the three pillars of Vision 2030. That is the pillar on economic, social, and the political pillar. One question. Further, our work objectively are intrinsically linked to SDGs, that is Sustainable Development Goals, ensuring that our efforts contribute to the global agenda for more equitable and sustainable future. We are also acutely aware of and committed to fulfilling requirements set by the government of Kenya, ensuring that our operations are compliant, transparent, and contribute to the national development priorities. This much you can check in the work we do in prisons, agricultural sector, climate justice, validation, education, health, and so forth. At the heart of our mission lies the constituency we serve. Our strategic plan is a direct response to their evolving needs, their aspirations, and challenges. We continue to listen intently, engage deeply, and co-create solutions that are relevant, impactful, and sustainable for the communities we are privileged to support. Their voices are the compass guiding our strategic choices and programmatic interventions. Our journey forward is not one we undertake alone. We shall not undertake it alone. We are immensely grateful for the enduring partnerships we have forged with our constituency, the government, development partners, stakeholders, beneficiaries, right-minded organizations, and the testimony of you having you here tells you we are deliberate, we are not going to work alone. So your collaboration moving forward, your financial support, your technical expertise, the shared vision has been and will still remain critical to the achievements that we aim to achieve. We look forward to strengthening these alliances and forging new ones, recognizing that collective action is paramount to addressing complex societal challenges. As we move forward, we also acknowledge that increasingly we are an interconnected world, and as such, our visibility and presence are no longer optional, they are imperative. As such, we embrace the digital landscape and ensure our presence across all relevant media platforms. This is not merely about communication, no. It is about amplifying the voices, sharing our successes, engaging in broader audience, and fostering greater transparency and accountability. We believe that effective communication strategies, where you leverage both on traditional and digital channels, will be crucial for extending learning platforms. This particular center here is also a learning platform. Resource mobilization, advocacy, and public engagement. Colleagues, our strategic decisions must be grounded by evidence. Therefore, a critical pillar of our strategic plan is intensified focus on research. We are investing in robust research methodologies to understand the root causes of the challenges we address, evaluate the effectiveness of our interventions, and identify innovative solutions. This commitment to being an informed, research-driven organization will ensure that our programs are impactful, adaptable, and responsive to emerging needs. The sustainability of our operations, because every institution needs to be sustainable, and the long-term impact of the work of RODI hinge on sound financial management and diversification of funding sources. As an organization, colleagues, partners, and friends, we are exploring innovative approaches to revenue collection, cultivating new partnerships, and strengthening our existing donor relations. Core to this is strengthening the conferencing services. You notice we are not at Safari Park, we are not at Stanley, not that they are not good places, but we chose to be in our own center, in our own size. Soon we'll be having a conversation when you're officially launching this place, so that you can even get to better understand what this center is all about. We have accommodation services back there. I would encourage after this you're able to move out and just check our accommodation, our conference centers, our kitchen, and the rest. It's a place you want to be. This sustainability model for us is very important because this work began with a vision, as we've been told, na Bwana Yatabila, Bwana Ngujiri Emeritus. It's only being very deliberate that there must be a sustainability model that this organization exists, and we cannot let it go when we are here. For the future of this vision, the people that it serves. So we encourage that you join us in ensuring that this experience that has been lived before lives now and lives in future. Finally, the strategic plan 2026-2030 represents a bold and exciting chapter for RODI as an organization. It is a call for action, a commitment to excellence, and a renewed pledge to the communities we serve. I have every confidence that with continued dedication of our staff, strategic guidance of our board, the invaluable support of our partners and friends, we will achieve our ambitious goals and make an even greater contribution to a more just, equitable, and sustainable future. Let us for now continue engaging in this productive and insightful journey of having RODI achieve its mission and vision as we move forward. Thank you very much.
Board of Directors for RODI, all invited guests. As you have heard, my name is Nicholas Maswai. I'm representing the Commissioner General of Prisons. And before I read the Commissioner's speech, I want to confirm, having been alone serving prison officer, head of penal institution, a regional commander, I want to confirm the good work RODI has been doing. And it's true, as we celebrated almost 5 years in March, thank all those who have supported RODI to this far. The Commissioner General of Prisons would have wished to be with us, but due to other engagement, he was not able to be with us. With me is a speech from the Commissioner General of Prisons. Today marks an exciting and a new chapter for RODI Kenya as we launch the 2026-2030 strategic plan. We are doing more than setting goals. We are defining a legacy of community transformation. The roadmap is designed to turn the bold aspiration into reality over the next 5 years. The partnership between RODI Kenya and the Kenya Prison Service is a storied alliance since 1994. RODI has been a pioneer in rehabilitation and restorative justice even before the open door policy. RODI 30 years commitment has achieved a remarkable outcome, equipping over 45,000 prisoners with vocational skills, supporting 4,000 ex-prisoners in reintegration, and providing legal aid for over 38,000 pretrial detainees. These efforts have significantly reduced reoffending rate and enhanced human rights compliance. The strategic plan 2026-2030 align perfectly with the KPS mandate through four key pillars: social restorative justice, advocating for Nelson Mandela rules, and the restorative model that involve the offender, victim, and the community to drive decongestion. Institutional resilience and strategic partnership, strengthening governance and empowering staff and inmates through a caregiving agency approach to enhance professional service delivery, holistic health and wellness, addressing nutrition, HIV. To date, RODI has reached to 26,000 prisoners, ensuring physical and mental wellness, climate justice and ecology, aligning with the national 15 billion tree initiative by training staff and inmates in sustainable agriculture and tree planting. We improve prison food security and reduce institutional costs. Ladies and gentlemen, to realize this outcome, we require sustainable partnership across all sectors. I therefore call upon all individuals, stakeholders, development partners, and the government ministries to join RODI in the 5-year journey. Together we will advance sustainable development goals and Vision 2030, contributing to a healthy and wealthy nation. On behalf of the Kenya Prison Service, I reaffirm our commitment to the partnership. We look forward to scaling this restorative model across more prisons in Kenya to enhance true justice and information. It is now my honor to officially launch the RODI 2026-2030 strategic plan.